You've already quit the game so hard you uninstall it, like full commitment. This game is broken, I'm never touching this again. And then 3 days later, you're reinstalling it at 2 a.m. like nothing happened. These are 10 RPG moments that made me quit. Not take a break, no, quit. And well, yeah, some of them pulled me back eventually, but some of them are still undefeated. So let's get hurt. We're starting with the only boss on this list that made me quit because I was angry. Not sad, not emotional or anything, just straight up control gripping angry. Okumura in Persona 5 Royal. If you know, you know. And if you don't know, imagine a boss fight with a time limit. Not the generous one though, the tight one. And the boss keeps spawning waves of enemies and each wave has a specific weakness.
No, God!
If you don't kill the entire wave in 2 turns, they respawn, all of them from scratch. I spent 4 hours on this fight. 4 hours. I watched strategy guides, I changed my entire party, I crafted items specifically for this one fight. And I still kept losing to it, with 30 seconds left on the clock. There is a moment around hour 3 where you genuinely question your life choices. Am I bad at video games?
I can't. Not again.
Is this who I am now? A person who can't be the floating space businessman in a top hat? Really? I quit Persona 5 for 3 weeks of this fight. And I come back and I beat it first try. Because sometimes the secret to beating a boss is stop caring. Let the anger dissipate. Return as a calm warrior. Number 9. Father Gascoigne. The first mandatory boss in Bloodborne. And for a lot of players, including me, the boss that ends your first playthrough before it even starts. Here's what makes Gascoigne brilliant and cruel at the same time. Up until this point, Bloodborne has been tough but fair. You figure out the combat, you're feeling confident, and then you walk into a graveyard and a man with an axe explains to you that no, actually you have learned nothing.
What?
He's aggressive in a way nothing else in the opening hours prepares you for. And then, at 50% of his health, he transforms into a giant werewolf beast and the music changed and he just doesn't stop. Ever.
Oh shit. Here we go again.
I didn't quit Bloodborne or Gascoigne, but I know people who did. People who sold the game even. People who never made it past the first area. Gascoigne isn't just a boss, he's a filter, a gatekeeper. If you can't beat him, the game doesn't want you, and honestly, I respect the brutality of that fact. Number 8, and yes, I know what you're thinking. Baldur's Gate 3, the game with infinite freedom? Yeah, that one. Specifically one fight early in Act 1 that has ended more honor mode runs than any actual bosses. You're level 2. You have like 14 hit points and a dream. You wander into a grove, hear some singing, and suddenly harpies are charming your entire party. Your fighter walks off a cliff, your wizard is dead in one hit, and your rogue, Starion, is singing along with the harpies like it's karaoke. And you're staring at the game over a screen wondering what just happened, man. The harpy fight isn't just hard because it's mechanically complex, it's because Baldur's Gate 3 tricks you into thinking you can't handle it. The game says, go explore, and then immediately punishes you for exploring. This is a fight that teaches you to save every 30 seconds. Like, do it. Everyone who plays Baldur's Gate 3 has a story about their face party vibe. This one was mine. Number 7. Not a boss fight, something different, something I've never seen another game do. Nier Automata has 26 endings, most of them are jokes. You eat a fish, you die. Greatest role. But ending E is real. I can't explain it without spoiling it, but I'll say this, the game asks you a question at the very end, a genuine, real, moral question, and what you choose actually matters. The credits become the boss fight. Yeah, you're fighting the credits, and if you can't beat them, you won't. Alone, the game offers you help from other players, real players, strangers who left their data behind just to help someone they'll never meet. When the music swells and the voices join in, if you played it, you know the song, I put down my controller and just listen. I didn't quit because I was mad, I quit because I needed to sit with that. And what just I experienced, I needed a moment to breathe. That's the different kind of walking away, the kind where the game won, what you're grateful it did. Number 6. Genichiro Ashina, the boss that made many players quit Sekiro for months. Sekiro is different from other Souls games. You can't level up your way out of trouble, you can't summon help, you can't change your build. The only way forward is to get better, and Genichiro is the exam. He had 3 phases. The first phase is manageable, the second phase has new attacks and it speeds everything up, but it's still okay. The third phase adds lightning, and if you haven't mastered the lightning reversal, a move the game mentioned one time in the tutorial pop-up 3 hours ago by the way. You die in one hit, like literally one hit. I died to Genichiro somewhere around 50 times. Yeah, I'm not exaggerating it. 50 deaths. At some point around death 30, I stopped being frustrated and entered a zen state. I wasn't fighting Genichiro anymore. I was fighting myself, my own impatience, my own body mashing instincts, and when I finally beat him, 8 months after I quit, well, my hands were shaking. Not because it was hard, because I had grown. Genichiro didn't just beat me, I was just a worse player 8 months ago. Number 5, Red Dead Redemption 2. And no, I don't care if you think this is not an RPG. Arthur Morgan's story is the most emotionally devastating RPG experience I've ever had, and I will die on this hill. You spend 60 hours with Arthur Morgan, you hunt with him, you fish with him, you talk to strangers in saloons, you make choices about what kind of man he is, and then slowly the game tells you he's dying, and there's nothing you can do about it. The final ride, the music, that's the way it is. Arthur riding alone, hearing the voices of everyone he's helped, and then the ending, the sunrise, the last breath. I finished Red Dead Redemption 2 at 3 AM and sat in complete silence until the sun came up. I didn't play another game for like few weeks, not because I was taking a break, because nothing felt like it could matter after that. That's not a rage quit, that's a grief quit, and it's just as real, and that's how beautiful RDR2 is.
Always was a good thief.
That you was.
Number 4, Final Fantasy VII. And if you already know what I'm talking about, yeah, that. It's 1997. I'm a kid. Aerith, depending on your translation, has been my hero for the entire game. She's in my party. I've invested in her. I've leveled her up, brought her weapons, and then Sephiroth descends from above and, well,
Showtime.
the music stops. Not fades out, stops. The materia bounces and she's gone. Not knocked out, not revived at the next save point. Gone, forever. There were rumors for years that you could bring her back. People swore if we did specific things, like got 99 of every item, talked to a specific NPC 47 times, she'd return. None of it was true, of course, but it wanted to be true. That's how much this moment hurt. We invented conspiracy theories because we couldn't accept that a video game character was gone. That's literally power. Number 3, Ornstein and Smough. The Wall. Let me set the scene for you. You fight through the most beautiful area in the game. You've climbed the rafters of a cathedral. You've killed the archers. And you finally reach the fog door. You walk in and there are 2 bosses, both with full health bars. One is fast and zips around the arena with a lightning spear. The other is slow but can flatten you in one hit with a hammer the size of a refrigerator. And when you kill one, the other absorbs his power and becomes stronger, bigger.
No! God, please, no! No!
Ornstein and Smough is a boss fight that taught a generation of gamers that dying isn't failure, it's research. Every death teaches you something, their patterns, the arena layout, when to dodge and when to attack. I quit Dark Souls at this point and didn't come back for like a year. And when I finally won, solo, no summons, I yelled, out loud, alone in my apartment. My neighbors probably thought something terrible had happened. Something terrible had happened, 87 times actually. Number 2, the Sans fight. And no, this isn't a boss you fight in a normal playthrough. This is a boss you earn by being a terrible person. Yup, in Undertale you can complete the game without killing anyone. Most people do that. That's the healthy way. But there's also a genocide route, where you kill every single monster, everyone. And at the very end, when there's almost nothing left and no one left to kill, Sans is waiting for you, and he breaks every rule of the game. He attacks first. In the menu, he dodges your attacks. The fight is relentless, unfair, and completely your fault. Our fault. You chose this, you did this, we did this, and the game makes you sit in that. The Sans fight took me like many hours across 3 days. His attacks are patterns you have to memorize, and just when you think you've got it, just when you're about to win, he offers you mercy. A way out, and if you take it, well, he kills you instantly. If you're really friends, you won't come back. I didn't come back for a while after that, not because I couldn't beat him, because I had to ask myself, do I even want to beat him? What am I proving at this point? What am I doing this for? Undertale made me quit by making me look in the mirror. That's not game design, man, that's just art.
The conqueror of the stars, General Dar.
Number 1, Malenia, the boss that has made more people quit gaming than any boss in history. And that's not exaggeration, that's the truth. Malenia is an optional boss hidden at the bottom of a secret area that's hidden inside another secret area. You have to want to find her, and when you do, she introduces herself with one of the coolest lines in gaming. She's not lying. Malenia heals every time she hits you, even if you block, even if she hits your shield. She heals. She does. And then there's Waterfowl Dance. 3 floors of attacks that come out so fast you can't react in time unless you know exactly what to do before she even starts moving. I fight Malenia for 8 hours across 3 days. I memorized every move. I learned the waterfowl dodge. I got her to the second phase. Oh yeah, she has a second phase by the way, where she grows wings and gives you scarlet rot. And I died. Again and again and again. On day 3 I put down my control and said, I'm done, I can't do this, I can't beat her. I came back 2 weeks later and I just did it. I don't know what happened. Muscle memory, the break, divine intervention maybe? All I know is Malenia is the only boss in my entire gaming life that I genuinely thought I might never beat her, and that's why she's number 1 on this list. So that's the list. Okumura, Gascoigne, the Baldur's Gate 3 Harpies, Nier Automata's ending, Genichiro, Morgan, Aerith, Ornstein, Smough, Sans, and Malenia. 10 moments where I put down the controller and just walked away. Some of them I came back to, some I'm still processing, and honestly the games that push you away and pull you back are the ones that stick with you forever. That's the whole point. What RPG moments made you quit? Rage, sadness, pure existential crisis? Drop in the comments below. I want to hear the war stories. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe, it really helps out the channel, and of course, we'll see you in the next one.